we know that the industry as a whole still needs to run those large runs. And so that's why we really put a lot of work in making sure that the economics of getting these higher crossovers really make sense. This T700 is for the litho lamb market. So if you're a integrated or larger independent, typically that has a single phase laminator, this machine fits quite well in that kind of application. It starts off, just with really looking for more capacity in their facilities typically, or they either have an older machine they want to offload and get something new, or they need to add increased capacity to their facility. This machine could help benefit some of your older machines. So if you have a machine that doesn't have all the automation and litho, and you want, you have long setup times for your work and they're becoming shorter and shorter MOQs, then this kind of machine can benefit drastically in that facility as you bring all those short runs to the digital machine and you leave the longer runs on your litho equipment. This is a complementary machine to that. It benefits greatly in those kind of facilities. Yeah, so we found that doing some research, laminators are and some of the large smaller corrugators out there are the central point of a packaging facility, and everything in that facility kind of revolves around the uptime and the volume you can put through those single face machines. And so getting a laminator from a sheet fed litho press that has to run at around that 300 feet a minute, 400, maybe 500 feet a minute. When you get a roll feed on your laminator, you can typically increase the speed of your laminating process. So you could actually increase capacity of your existing equipment if you have the ability to add roll fed, or if you already have roll fed capabilities. With this high speed, up to 1,000 feet per minute or 300 meters per minute, we can increase the overall facility through the entire process. Yeah, and the jobs that you guys saw running today in this run here, I've done some pretty in-depth calculations on it, and so I found that around the 30,000 sheets is the crossover point. So when running work through this machine, if a job is under 30,000 sheets, in most cases is more cost effective on the digital side, and then over that is on the litho. But when you think of your work mix and you have multiple SKUs, say you have one customer and they have different artwork and graphics, and so you say you have 100,000 sheets to print, but really you have 10,000 of this specific SKU, 10,000, 20,000, so forth of each SKU. On the digital side, we can print one after another, right? That's the print on demand benefit. So we can make that all those short run SKU, you can run it all in one run length and turn your short runs into very long runs on digital, which is kind of different when you think of digital. You're not thinking of long run, but because we have the advantage of printing any graphic we want at any moment, that gives us the ability to make these shorter runs much longer. A little bit, yeah. It definitely did. That 30,000 kind of mark, depending on the format size, is about 5 to 6 rolls of at 1.7 meters wide. That's a pretty good size run. That's a few hours of running on our press and on litho presses as well. When we found some of our customers right now, they have work that they print on litho that are actually much longer than that. And some of the reasons that they found they'd rather run on digital is because the consistency of our color. So there's some economic benefits in there, but there's also the aspect of like, hey, I run this job, once every quarter, and every quarter I get it up on press on a litho or flexo side, and the color is slightly different color, or it's just delta E's a little bit off. But on the digital side, you can print this job today, you can print it a year from now, and that color is going to be the same. And there's no operator going and fine tuning any keys or anything like that to make that color exact. It's really just, hey, I'm going to reload this file and print it. So it's from even from the operational side of the user of the machine, it's quite easy to use for color consistency. Yeah. I mean, of course we can do the, the box of one kind of thing. That's always a possibility for us. And we think it's, the future, and it's exciting, and it's always something really kind of interesting to talk about, but it's not reality yet, right? In reality, manufacturing of boxes, you're still doing large volumes of goods that you're going to buy in stores or online and things like that. So having something so small, run quantity of one, is very possible with us on our printer. We know that the industry as a whole still needs to run those large runs. And so that's why we really put a lot of work in making sure that the economics of getting these higher crossovers really makes sense, because that's the industry that we're working in packaging. The T1100, it's our larger platform, like you said. It really fits in a facility or operation that has a corrugator in-house, typically in that same format size, the 2.8 meter size, and it's fitting really specifically to the corrugator. You're only gonna look at the T1100 if you have corrugator in your operation or in your wheelhouse of connections, but it fits that very, very well. The T700, being that 1.7 meter wide, it fits mainly the litho-lam, so the laminator market mainly, but it also could fit in the narrow corrugators. Some of the older corrugators are in like the 87-inch wide, and there's always those one-offs that are in different sizes. So this, 67-inch wide press can also fit on that laminator scale. We feel that this one can fit a larger market because it's a little more versatile. The T11 is mainly around the corrugator market, is mainly that. The packaging industry is compared to like commercial printing is a little bit more hesitant with digital. And I think it just took, a few of mainly the T11s getting into the market and understanding the benefits it could bring, because until you see it, it's hard to believe. It even comes down to, I visit some of our accounts today, and you hear things like, even when we're hiring people in our facilities, like, hey, job shortages, it's getting difficult to hire. Even they are like, man, it is so much easier to hire someone for the digital machine than it is for an analog machine, because the training involved on analog is a skill. And it is. I've been around it. I've worked in operational facilities like that, and it takes a certain type of skill and knowledge to run an analog process. In this, yeah, you still need skill and understanding, but it's the depth of understanding of the printing process is really like, I hate to say it, but you print something at your house on your home printer, your inkjet printer, it almost has a very similar vibe. We have a lot of background software that integrates with facilities. So we have something called One Package that does communicate with the MIS ERP systems and facilities. So the machine kind of will then blend into the rest of the manufacturing process, so that we're communicating what gets printed, for example, like on a corrugator roll planning. If you have those capabilities today, we already have systems that can feed data to the corrugator, so that when it gets to the corrugator, you know where everything is on that roll. So it's just a newer technology, but it fits right into your current manufacturing process. Bringing that expertise and that understanding of the market and what is required in the market, it just brings our HP name in with it. And it's always a benefit when we explain to a customer that, yeah, our paper handling, the sidewalls, everything is designed well with the team at Koenig & Bauer. Some of those early 2008 presses on the commercial side are still in the market and being used. They have gotten upgrades since then to the latest technology. So we always look back and make sure that the ones that we've sold in the past can then be upgraded to the future. So we don't see it going anywhere, and we'll have some exciting things coming out in the future.